thought Jeb was really tough on Trump last night. I thought
after that whole Muslim.
Yeah, and I thought that out of everybody on the stage, he seemed to be the one on the offense with him, and I was expecting some of the other candidates to attack Trump, but I guess they think that's not working for their numbers. But so I thought,
well, they want Trump's.
Well, they say they're
exactly.
afraid of him, which is kind of sad. I'm like, take him
on.
Nice
to see that Jeb wasn't afraid of him. I thought it was a nice performance from him.
There was a commentator that it's really surprised me before the debates. They were talking about Jeb Bush, and they said, you know, the problem with him, he's really a policy guy. He doesn't know how to fight. And I said, well, don't you want a policy guy as your president?
I want the smartest
somebody
person
who knows what's going on. I mean, that's.
I mean, for me, I mean, Jeb, Donald, that wasn't bothering me at all. What I noticed was Carly Fiorino made a comment about if you want to ask questions or talk about something, ask a man, but if you want action, ask a woman. And I was like, whoa, I mean, that woke me up. I was getting my wig redone. and that woke me up. I could not believe that she did that. Because when you talk about the Republicans, and I don't want to make a blanket statement, I'm not a Republican, but you know, when you have a woman that's strong like that and say make a statement like that, I thought that was real bold. What do you guys think about her making that comment?
Well, what she was said, she was called.
Right.
I think
she said she's telling something we all know, right? I mean, it's
you say this all the time.
Sorry.
I think she's been watching our show because you say it all the time, Megan. You say, particularly with moms, get a mom to do something.
Moms are the best multitaskers. We get stuff done.
Exactly.
And you know, yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Moms have got it going on.
Letting us know what we already know.
I want to talk about the way the New York school system dealt with the terrorist threat yesterday compared to the LA school system. Very interesting. They both got essentially the same threat. It came from overseas. And LA decided they took it seriously, and they said, okay, we're going to close all the schools. In New York, they also took it seriously, but the police commissioner, Bratton, examined it, and he said, you know, this looks like somebody was watching Homeland. This just doesn't seem real to me. And the decision was made in New York to keep the schools open. Neither one knew the other school district was getting these death threats at the time.
Bratton should throw stones.
Well, see, the problem with me with Bratton is that he then went on to say that L.A. overreacted. And I don't think he should have done that because they're in the middle of, I mean, they just had San Bernardino happen to them.
So did happen.
Exactly.
And I think, you know, hindsight is 20/20. We know it's a hoax now. It wasn't a real credible threat. At the moment, I think what he was doing was trying to protect the lives of his students. And for me, I'm not a parent, but if I were, I would rather you be overly cautious than put my child's life at risk. I'm sorry. They did
you have to understand, and I agree with that, but the reality is they did have San Bernardino, but we also had 9/11 here, so we also understand how terrorists, you know, the whole thing works. And I think they looked at it and they realized that it wasn't credible. To me, I would have sent my child in. No terrorist is letting you know that they're about to do something.
Well,
but that's the truth. It doesn't happen. Their thing is, you can say that all day long, but their thing is, absolutely, but you have to trust the people that we have in office to say, listen, they're reading it, we weren't.
Right, so
this looks like a host.
So he shouldn't have said that about what LA did.
I would have thought
use their best resources.
Absolutely.
To handle
I'm not saying he should have said what he said, but I do agree. Let the kids go in. It's a big deal to shut down an entire school system on something that you don't know is a credible thing.
When he was in Los Angeles, he shouldn't be talking about LA when he's in New York right now. This just came after San Bernardino. If this was a threat before San Bernardino, I'm sure they wouldn't have closed down those schools. But everyone is so scared right now. This is the only thing they could have done.
The superintendent wasn't the only person to make this decision. Obviously, officials there in L.A., police officials also examined this and felt that it was credible enough.
Imagine these people getting the information. You're the police commissioner. What's your instant reaction to protect the kids and protect the family?
I'm telling you, no one's going to let you know that they're doing stuff like that. It's true, but the reality is most times it doesn't happen.
We don't live in reality anymore, though.
Well, we should be living in reality. I live in reality. I do. And I trust that people are going to make credible
decisions. Said, or somebody, I think it was Bratton, said that the risk here is that there will be copycats that will take advantage of this, who
every
love
time you get somebody to send a note or do something like that, and we're going to stop our lives every time.
I'm surprised this doesn't happen all the time. I really don't. I'm surprised that this is just very few. Or maybe it happens a lot. We don't hear it.
Exactly. We're not going to hear about it. You know, they say there is no such thing as bad press, but a plumber in Texas was who traded in his 2005, I'm sorry, I'm not able to speak today for some reason. His 2005 Ford pickup truck with the name of his Texas-based plumbing business is now suing the car dealership he first sold it to because the car ended up in Turkey and was photographed with purported jihadists. That is his truck in Turkey, and supposedly those are jihadists the back of the truck with that gun, whatever that kind of weapon is. It's on the back of that car. And he's really upset because he says that when he sold the car to these people, he said to them, take off the signage on the car before you pass it on, and they agreed to. They claim, look, we didn't know it was going to Turkey.
Well, how much does it cost to ship a car like this over to Turkey?
I don't know.
I mean, that's a little.
Well, I don't think they shipped it. I think they auctioned it off.
Yeah,
well, here's the thing: if you didn't get it in writing that they were going to take it off, then sorry, you just have to.
There's no gentleman's agreement when it comes to taking off your name in a car.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but I think it's awful. He's getting death threats because of this.
You have to remember, this happened in Texas, in Houston. Texas is a pretty red state. This could be seen as an endorsement for terrorists and could be so detrimental.
And that's
to
why
his
you need to really research. Because to me, honestly, when I saw that, I said, oh, they got that car from somewhere. First of all, Jihad, they not working at Mark's Plumbing. I mean, reality. Like,
but you know what?
Investigate stuff like that.
That's a great picture to send out because we have an American's vehicle and we're using it to kill Americans.
But you can't blame the dealership for not taking off the logo. They didn't know where it's going because you didn't get it in writing. I mean, if you said, okay, in writing, you better take it off before I sell you this car, great. But they have no legal standing on this lawsuit.
But they don't even apologize in any way. That's what I find offensive. Like, we're so sorry.
That would admit guilt. I mean, you're talking about a lawsuit. That would be admitting guilt. So this is a legal thing for this.
Well, I'm on his side. I think it's a rotten deal.